So, close combat is a total separate form of combat. Terrain, point blank fire, all these things do not apply. It's just you're just duking it out. So first thing is you determine ambush. Once you determine ambush, you decide attacker first, who's going to attack who, and determine the ratios. Roll your dice, do your reductions or your eliminations. It's whole people can be eliminated. There's no reduction if you roll less than a number. The defender does the same. It's simultaneous unless there's the ambush, so you keep fighting it out. If one side is eliminated, it ends. If both sides are still there, it flips from the CC, flips it over to the melee, and they stay in melee for the rest of the game possibly. And I've seen it happen. You can fire into a close combat, but you can't fire out of a close combat. And close combats can be very deadly. I've seen them flip. You can go in with a big stack, a kill stack, against what you'd think to be a little puny dude, and he gets eliminated. Your kill stack gets eliminated. Tactical advice, a little combat advice. Those low quality troops, not necessarily the inexperienced troops, but those if you're fighting against paratroopers or something and your troops are less quality, close combat's a good way to even the odds. If you can trick him into going to close combat with you, you can level the playing field a lot when you're in close combat. You can kill him quick. You can kill him quickly. So when I'm playing with like Russians or sometimes even Americans, going against those good German troops or good American troops with poor German troops, I love it to go into. I love going into close combat because all that powerful fire. I mean, all that high morale and all that doesn't make a difference in close combat. I can kill you quick. So that's it for close combat. The only other thing you do during this phase is don't forget at the end of the close combat phase is when you take off the pin markers. Pin markers do not go from turn to turn. I'm going to do just a basic close combat here to show you how it works. So during the advanced phase, this German advanced into there, marked it with a close combat. Now, it's the close combat phase. First we determine ambush. Well, it's a building, so that's why we have an ambush, building or woods. Is there any modifiers? Well, he is not inexperienced, neither is he. No one's pinned, no one's CX'd, no leadership modifier, so there's no modifiers. So they each roll a die. Let's say the German rolls a 3, American rolls a 6. Well, the German has a 3 less than the American, so the German will get the ambush. So now we go to the determination of odds. The American is going to attach these guys. The German will attack them. It's 4 firepower versus 3 firepower, but the American squad leader, the single man counter attaches, so it's 4. 4 versus 4 is 1 to 1, and if we look at our chart, a 1 to 1 needs a 5. So I roll my 2 dice. Roll my 2 dice. Let's see what I get. Ooh, I got a 1 and a 6. This is a 7. I needed a 5. No effect. Now the American gets his chance to counterattack. He also needs the same number, and he does not roll well enough. So that's that. So we put the stack back together. We take the close combat, flip it over to a melee, and now we're done. Now we're in a melee, and let's say that the American is able to advance this guy into there on a subsequent turn. Alright, so now we go into close combat again. Well, there's no ambush because we're already in melee. So here we have this versus this. Well, the American's going to attach here to like this. Now we have a choice. It's simultaneous. The German can either go 1 to 1 or 1 to 1. So there's no real reason not to attack this group, or he could attack the whole group, which would be 6, 7. 4 versus 7 would be what? It would be 1 to 2. 1 to 2. And let's say this is the last turn, and the only way the German can win the game is if he captures building or I6. That's the only way he can win. So he determines he's got to go for it. 1 to 2. Alright. So 1 to 2, look up in the chart, he needs a 4 to reduce, which would not be good enough. He needs to roll a 3 to win the game. So he rolls. Yep, he does not win the game. But let's say that he did roll the 3. In that case, they're all eliminated. He captures the building, wins the game. Now, the American, he has no reason not to take on everything. So he would go 6, 7 to 4, which would not be 2 to 1, but it would be 3 to 2. So he needs a 6 to reduce. Let's say he rolled a 6. Rolled a 6. So he would reduce this guy to a half squad. But at the end of the battle, the melee would continue with this being a half squad. So that's close combat, not too complicated. That completes the phases of ASL. So for my next primer, I'll get into a little bit more of the basic strategies of the game and setting up some things for newbies, for new players to keep in mind when playing your first couple games. But that would complete the different phases. So until next time, have fun playing ASL.
Complexion.